everyone, and welcome to Plotty Time, the podcast where we three gamers discuss video game stories in detail with all the necessary and appropriate backlash. On one side of the table, we have Chump Slap.
If the gates of hell do reopen, don't say I didn't specifically warn you, because I just have, and that means you'd be lying.
The other side of the table is Dr. Syintist.
Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen of the audience, I don't think it's fair to call my clients frauds. Sure, the blackout was a big problem for everybody. I was trapped in an elevator for 2 hours and had to make the whole time. But I don't blame them, because one time I turned into a dog and they helped me. Thank you.
My name is Poppascotch, and as I always say, a friend of ours, Walter Chang, he named them. Then they ate him. Welcome to Plotty Time.
One egg was 40 eggs?
That's a big fucking pile of garbage.
I'm the farting demon in this relationship.
I'd be an awesome rich person.
You're both just an embarrassment.
God, I'm awesome.
We're talking Tom Hanks and his vehicle.
Yeah, I had my finger in my mouth waiting for you to finish.
You gotta get 4 balls or something?
Dick piercings?
No, you know damn well I'm fucking that demon.
It's still sexy. How could that be close and not be
Yeah,
right?
I'll just kill some random dude.
If you want cheese, you get a milk.
You're waiting for Pete.
No, I can hate on it. It sucked. Boners.
Hey, everyone, and welcome to another jam-packed episode of Plotty Time, the podcast that tried to watch Late Night with the Devil but fell asleep 5 minutes in and missed the entire thing. I don't think that should not be indicative of how the quality of Late Night with the Devil is, but I just passed out. I fell asleep.
No, it was good. I saw it.
Oh, was it?
Was it good? It
Yeah.
looks good.
You know what was terrible that I saw?
No.
Madame Web.
Oh, really?
Oh my gosh, you watched it.
Yeah, I watched it. I figured I had to.
Yeah. You are the Marvel guy.
It's even bad for some noise in the background. It's terrible. Don't watch it.
Yeah.
Did you see Morbius?
Yeah. It's better.
Worse than
It's
that?
not as good as Morbius.
Wow.
And
Oh,
Morbius
it
was
is-
bad.
Wow.
Yeah, but Late Night with the Devil was cool. I liked the feeling of it, like how it's just like some mockumentary kind of.
Late Night with the Devil? What's it about?
It's about a late night talk show, and they unleash a demon.
So is it like that?
It's like all in real time. It's like live on the.
So it's like that movie where they exorcist the real thing. What is it, Poppascotch? You know it.
Yes, the one where they're on the Skype.
Cleansing Hour.
Cleansing Hour. Yeah.
But it's like it all looks like 70s like talk show. And it's all just like supposed to be the show, and then behind the scenes during commercials and stuff.
All right, I'll watch that one maybe.
Yeah,
Add it to the list of ones I probably won't watch.
it was all right.
I also liked how David Deschalmain, the main guy, like he has been a supporting actor in holy crap,
lot
like
of stuff.
billions of things, and to finally have him star in a movie, good for him. That's awesome.
Oh yeah,
I thought he
that's
did
his
great.
first like
Well,
starring role.
Yeah, as far as I could tell.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I've seen him before. I was like, I don't know what I saw him in, but
Oh, dude, he's in a million things.
He's in a million things. The most famous one, I think, is he was in The Dark Knight. He was one of Joker's like random henchmen.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
But he was one of the dudes that like was at the parade in the line and like shot at the mayor.
He was in Oppenheimer too.
Well, I didn't see that, but yeah, his face is obvious when you see it.
Yes.
Says he was in Ant-Man and the Wasp,
I didn't see that.
Suicide Squad.
So yes, okay, yeah, that's probably right.
Yeah, he was the dot dude.
Yeah,
The
right.
Last Voyage of the Demeter he was in.
Oh yeah, he's been in a lot of shit.
Yeah.
He's
glad he got-
working. He's out here. Good for him. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Weird, the Yal Yankovic story. I don't remember.
Well, I think
that.
just
Might have been a
everyone
roommate or something.
that lived in LA at some point was in that movie.
Yeah, but it's pretty good. I think you should try watching it again.
I will. I definitely will. I was bummed out because I was excited to watch it because it just came out and it looked like it's right up my alley.
Oh
Like
yeah,
found footage, 70s, haunted talk show, exorcism gone wrong.
He's in all the
Everything
Ant-Man
about that's
movies.
awesome.
Oh, he's one of his friends from when he gets out of jail. He starts like a business.
I don't know.
Okay. I'm trying to look at the movies he's in. He's in 12 Monkeys,
What? Who's that guy? Who's the other guy?
The Belko
Yeah.
Experiment.
That was so helpful.
Which guy?
The other friend, the guy who keeps telling the stories and starts them off all silly and over-explain stuff.
Fuck, what's his name?
What movie are we talking about?
Michael Pena.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Oh yeah, I like that guy too. He's cool.
He's all over the place. He's great.
Yeah,
Shout out, Michael Pena. Call us. We'd love to have you on.
for real.
Also, I watched a movie that I remember fondly, and I watched it again for the first time in a long time, and it was real bad. And then I got sad.
Green Mile.
No, wait, Green Mile rules, hopefully. I haven't seen it since it came out. Don't ruin anything else for me, Dr. Scientist.
I don't know. I'm trying to take a guess here. What was so bad that it made you sad?
It was Halloween H2O.
Oh, yeah, that was
that
terrible when it
sucked.
came out.
I think it was just like I was at that age, like that age where we went to the movies on weekends because that was the only thing 14-year-olds could do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Or play D&D.
Right. But yeah, I remember it being at least fun.
I used to
but it was
masturbate.
real bad.
Constantly.
And then I also watched the Nightmare on Elm Street remake because I guess I hate myself. That was another movie bowl because we just watched all the Nightmare on Elm Streets. And I'm like, we didn't watch the remake yet. She's like, all right, we'll watch that. I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. It was bad. It was real bad.
Do you want a show that's a couple episodes you should watch?
Please.
Three Body Problem on Netflix.
You mentioned you started
Yeah,
watching
I
it.
finished it. It's excellent. You should watch the whole thing.
I started it on a plane and I only lasted like a couple minutes and I was just not in the right headspace. I was like, I'll check this out later.
Yeah, it's something you have to pay attention to. You can't really.
Yeah, and I was looking for something that I've seen before that I could kind of just try to doze off to.
Yeah.
It wasn't the time for that, but I do want to check it out. I've heard nothing but good things.
It's excellent. I enjoyed it. It's very sci-fi.
Sweet. Oh, I got one for you, Syintist.
Oh, yeah?
Time Addicts.
Was it on Amazon?
I don't know.
Oh.
I saw it on a server. But it's about these like two drug addicts and they're out of drugs. They go to their dealer.
That's a sad story.
They go to the dealer. They owe him money, classic.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, go on, just do this job for me and I'll give you drugs. Just need you to break into this house, steal a bag, and bring it to me. So they're like, okay.
Easy peasy, right?
Yeah. He's like, just don't do any of the drugs in the bag because one time this guy did drugs from the bag and he disappeared and his friends found him in a textbook panning for gold. Like,
Oh, it kind of reminds me of that one with
with the pills.
Anthony Mackie.
Is that the one with the pills?
Oh, I was thinking, no, that's not the one with pills. But I've seen something like it. This is from a year ago, so I didn't see this one yet.
Yeah. It's pretty new, but it's just like they go there, drugs, weird shit happens. It's like a triangle thing,
I was thinking, is it like a 12 Monkeys where they find the picture of him from the war where he gets shot?
No, but that's what like the story is telling.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. It's all right. It's pretty good. I mean, if you're in the time, I don't think it's very.
Dude, I'm looking at all these movies that you guys have mentioned. I should at least watch some of them sometime. It's like a list of 100 movies.
Yeah, this one's right down your alley, though. This is time travel.
Statistically speaking, you had to have stumbled upon a couple of them.
I don't think so.
Huh. Well,
So wait, what was the time aspect?
The drug.
you do the drug and you transport. Well, you do the drug and you transport to the time that you most recently thought of. Like this one guy sees a 95 written somewhere and he's like, oh, he does the drug and he transports to 1995.
Well, put on the list.
Yeah, it's pretty good. If you like Triangle, you like time crimes, you like all that weird time shit, it's worth a watch.
Okay.
Right.
What else did I do? I mean, I watched like Rick and Morty, and we watched Scream 3, which was another movie bowl. I did not have good movie bowl luck
Yeah.
this week.
I rewatched
Scream 3 was.
That's because you didn't get One Cut of the Dead.
I know it's in there. It's now in there. So then again, so is fucking. Oh, what's that shitty movie with the dogs?
All Dogs Go to Heaven.
No, that's an amazing
Strays.
movie with the dogs.
101 Dalmatians. Oh, Strays.
I don't know, dogs. Where my dog's at?
I don't remember. Who cares? Let's move on. So I also played Fallout. Get that? Yeah. Who would have thought?
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah? How is
more
it?
of that? It's great. Fallout's great. Fallout 4 is a good game.
I'm going to have to play it again. I haven't played it since it came out.
I played a new game
Yeah?
called Solar Ash.
Solar Ash.
It's very sci-fi. Their planet's getting sucked into a black hole, so they go in and try and save it.
Oh, nice. I like the sound of that.
It's platforming, and it's kind of like quick platforming, like you skate around and stuff and speed through things. And each level you have to like find these things and cleanse them, which is just a bunch of going through really quick and hitting all these checkpoints.
Yeah.
And then eventually a big monster comes up on each stage and you have to fight it. And it's a lot like Shadow of the Colossus, which neither of you played.
No.
But-
it's still on my list.
But I'm enjoying it so far. I'm about halfway through. It's very fun.
That's cool.
And
Awesome.
it's not out of my aged reflexes. So
Oh, nice.
Is it a shmup?
no, it's kind of hard to explain. It's just a platformer, like
All
a
right.
little bit of action, kind of.
Okay.
Like Gris.
Yeah,
All right. Cool.
yeah. And you can skate fast along surfaces and stuff, and then jump, and then
Like Jet Set Radio.
sort of. Yeah, the movement's a lot like Jet Set Radio.
All right. Nice.
And there's a couple enemies to fight here and there that aren't a big deal until you get to the final boss. Like, it's hard to die from combat kind of platforming.
Yeah.
If you understand.
I know what you're saying. But are there like spikes in the walls and shit?
Yeah. Well, it's this black goo that can sometimes kill you, sometimes you can climb on.
That's annoying.
Well, if you jump on it and it starts flashing red, you can't stay on it for too long. It doesn't hurt you right away.
Like it turns into spikes or something.
Yeah. That's usually the indication that there's a mini thing to do around by.
Okay. That's cool.
But it's fun. It's fun. I'm enjoying it.
I'm still playing Inscription.
Oh, still? I thought you beat it.
I did. But after you beat it, you unlock Casey's mod.
What?
Which you play the first part of the game, which is the roguelike card game. You can play that and then you can unlock a whole bunch of shit, I guess, playing through it. But I haven't really unlocked anything. I did get a trophy, though, for 10 misplays in one playthrough.
Oh, how do they judge a misplay?
I don't know. I guess not doing the perfect thing.
But you nailed it.
That's got to happen all the time.
I know, yeah.
Are games long enough to do 10 times in one?
Yeah. Well, if you're trying to, like, there's unlocks that you can get with, like, setting cards up on the board.
Yeah.
How they tell you to do it. So if you're trying to do that, you're going to misplay until you get it. But
yeah, I played Magic with you, so I know you misplay all the time.
I kind of like doing that.
Misplaying?
Yeah. I mean, I don't really care if I win ever. So sometimes I'm like saving up to do something stupid, but it just never works out.
Is all you play Fallout?
Yeah, I played a bunch of Fallout.
That it?
Yeah.
Well, he's staying away from Chell, so.
Oh, I was going to say, did you break down and use mods for super weapons?
No, I didn't. I'm just still doing it. Well, okay.
Fallout was never that hard.
I wouldn't say I'm cheating.
Oh, that means he's cheating.
Oh, yep, cheater.
But I did watch a couple YouTube videos that were like how to get a fast start.
Oh, that's not cheating.
Well, yeah, okay. Yeah,
So-
since you played it like 5 times already, who cares what you look at?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I already know most of this stuff, especially since I ran through like a quarter of the story in the last like month and started over.
Yeah, I don't remember any of the fucking unique weapons in that one.
The Cryolator is the big one you get early.
Is that freeze shit?
Yeah, it's like what's the word I'm talking about? What's the word
Freeze
I'm
gun?
talking about? It's the freeze version of a flamethrower. Think of it that way.
Oh, yeah. Is that the one with the junk jet in it too?
Yeah, the junk jet's there too.
Wasn't there one in 3 like that? It was a junk
Where you could shoot
junk
like,
cannon.
Oh, okay, yeah.
There's
Yeah,
also
same
one in
concept.
Ratchet and Clank, one of the Ratchet and Clanks, where you can suck shit up and do it and then shoot it at enemies.
Wasn't the one I played.
No, probably not. It was one of the PS3 ones, I think.
I remember playing Fallout 3, and the only reason I survived the early game is because I had the junk jet.
Yeah, that helps so much.
Really?
Because you can just pick up junk and use it as ammo.
Yeah, you don't need ammo.
Need
I
ammo.
always have way too much ammo in those games. Thank God it doesn't weigh anything.
Unless you play hardcore.
Yeah, fuck that. I'm too old for
Yeah, I
that.
don't need to be doing that.
Who's got time?
For real.
I mean, I don't know. That just doesn't seem fun to me. Like having to drink and eat and sleep.
I mean, I could see if you're getting it like into it.
Yeah, I do that every day. Why would I want to do it in a video
Yeah.
game?
Exactly. Let's just bypass the boring
I'm
shit.
already annoyed that I have to eat.
I know.
Gross.
But yeah, that's all I played. I was thinking about buying an Xbox, but their sales are completely fucking tanking.
I saw.
Don't even bother, man. You can play anything from an Xbox on your computer.
That's probably one of the main reasons.
Yeah, until they put it on PlayStation. I'll still play it. I'm telling you. I'll play Halo 3 campaign all day.
I don't even remember the third campaign. I know I played the second campaign a lot. And
I
the
don't
first
know.
one, of course.
I just know the third one's the only one that's when I jumped back into video gaming. Played the shit out of that campaign.
The whole reason this news hit is because like people kind of pieced it together because Take-Two at one point came out and said to in a presentation to investors that there are roughly 77 million Gen 9 consoles in people's homes.
Mhm.
And they know how many Sony sold because they just announced it. So they figured it was about 25 million Xbox units. And in another revenue call, they were saying how console sales are down 30% year over year.
Year over year.
No.
Damn.
Yeah. So the Xbox Series SX is not doing great, apparently.
Well, yeah, it's not worldwide like PlayStation.
It is, but people just don't care about it that much anywhere else.
Yeah.
I don't think people care at all anymore. Like, is there still a console war thing?
No.
No.
Either you have them all or you have one and it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah. I don't know. Gaming's just stagnant for the most part.
Maybe it's because we're old.
I think it is, though.
Probably. We don't have any
I mean,
Attack of the Show to tell us what's going on.
Yeah. A couple weeks ago, we talked about how the most played games are like 7-8 years old. You know?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Like,
I only play indie games from like the last couple of years.
Yeah, exactly.
I still
they're
wanna
all
play
like
God of War
live
stuff.
service games that have been around forever.
Yeah, like
Fucking
Destiny
Destiny 2, like, get out of here.
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto 5. Come the fuck on already, man. Make new games, guys.
I think still the worst offender though is fucking Steam and Valve.
How so? Not putting out a fucking Portal 3?
They haven't put out a game in 20 years.
They don't need to with Steam. You know what I
I
mean?
know, but like they still say they're a video game company. That's the thing. When they just make money off Steam and I don't know what the fuck they do all day. Support Blizzard.
Or Steam.
Support
No, not
Steam,
Blizzard. What am I
yeah,
talking
that's
about?
it.
Yeah, they have enough people on staff to support Steam, and Gabe probably like shows up 3 hours a week to the office.
Yeah. Like, seriously, put out a new Half-Life or fucking Portal or something.
Yeah, I mean, just do like a Portal, like a Nintendo Mario Maker, but do it for Portal and officially release it, and people will be playing that for years.
Yeah.
Don't
Or-
they have one where you can make
Yeah.
your own levels?
They do.
But it's not official, is it?
I think so.
Well, it might be. Maybe I'm full of shit,
I
and I'm
think
just
in-
stupid.
In that game I talked about a couple weeks ago, Attribute Center, I think you can make levels for that
Yeah.
in that kind of puzzle style. I mean, it's not fucking Portal, but
Yeah. They need a Orange Box 2. Really kick it off.
Imagine if that just dropped one day. Like all those games came out, like the next Team Fortress, the next Portal.
Yeah, next fucking Half-Life. That'd be sick.
They just dropped them all and didn't tell anybody, just dropped them.
Yeah. Here we go. Orange Box 2. Play it.
Yeah, but I guess like every internal report that comes out of there of people leaving the company are like, yeah, we're not working on shit. We just keep restarting games.
Yeah. It's kind of a bummer.
It really is. It's sad.
What are you going to do?
I know. Yeah, like, I mean, would I run my business any differently if like Steam was this huge seller and made all this money year over year and it's like, oh, I don't have to do anything else? Like, why take a risk?
Yeah, especially with the Steam Deck.
Yeah.
They're even making crazy money now.
That was the last thing they did. They make hardware now, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
Well, good for them.
I guess so. Good for them. Thanks for not. Or at least license the game. License the property to someone else. Let someone else, some other studio make it and you keep like 50% or whatever.
Yeah, right? I'm sure anyone would fucking love to do a Portal game.
we'll just do it like Mario Maker, like you said.
Yeah.
Do anything. Like anything with Portal would be great.
Yeah.
I always,
Full
like, every once in a while, I'll think that, like, they'll just shadow drop Portal 3, and I'm like, it's not happening. Like, they're
deal.
not.
No, they really
I don't think you can hide games anymore and just have them pop out.
true. Like Fallout 4 was the last one I remember.
Yeah, it was 2015.
Yeah.
But that was like, if I remember correctly, because I just watched the video about that Survivor 2039 thing that happened. Do you remember that?
No.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, you guys might remember it because this was when we were paying attention to video game news. But there was a website that came out. It was like Survivor 2039 or 20 something.
Yeah.
And it was a website
yeah.
with a countdown, and it was in Fallout. Like,
And everyone was like, oh my God, it's Fallout, blah, blah, blah.
oh, it's Fallout 4. This is probably like 2013, 2014.
Yeah.
But they're like, it's Fallout 4. Oh my God, it's in here. It's in Boston. Oh my God, blah, blah. And they thought this was going to be this huge announcement for Fallout. And it was just a video of Tunnel Snake's rule. And it was some guy just did it. It had nothing to do with Bethesda, but Bethesda didn't say anything about it.
Yeah.
So it was done.
I do remember
Yeah.
that. That was back when the internet was cool.
Yeah, that was before. That was probably like 2014. Because I remember at like E3 in June, they're like, all right, Fallout 4. And
Next
everyone's like,
week.
oh, finally we can see it. They're like, it'll be out in November. I'm like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
It's June. It's happening.
Yeah. Those were the good old days, man.
I remember taking a week off from work to play that game.
I remember thinking I should have taken a week off.
That and Borderlands 2, I think, were the only games where
Borderlands
I
2,
took,
I took off.
time
You and
off
I
work.
both took off. I remember that.
Did you guys play together?
No.
Of course not.
Man, I remember several days of waking up, firing up the game, playing till like noon, taking a break, and then getting back at it till like 11
Yeah, you
o'clock.
stop, make lunch, and then you're like,
Yeah. You're like, oh my God, my stomach is fucking empty.
It was awesome.
Those were the days. This isn't a reminiscing podcast. So is there anything else going on in the news?
There
oh, were
was
we on news?
Yeah, kind of news, talking about stuff.
Yeah.
What was the other thing I want to talk about?
Taylor Swift's new album.
Well,
I heard
I
it was
assumed
garbage.
everyone.
Not bad.
Well, easy,
Oh,
easy.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
We don't need the Swifties after us.
Yeah, I don't
Actually,
know
maybe we
anything
do.
about Taylor Swift.
I'm sure she's great.
Yeah.
I don't know many of her songs. But Fortnite's next big musical guest isn't going to be Taylor Swift. It's going to be Billie Eilish.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. I guess it's just,
It's like that Eminem concert they did last
Yeah.
year.
yeah,
I
it's
thought
like,
it was Drake they did too at one point.
They might have. I have no fucking idea.
It just says they will take the Fortnite Festival main stage some point this week.
I swear you said fart night.
Yeah, might as well.
Oh, burn.
Got him. New t-shirt.
I will never go after Taylor Swift, but Fortnite eat butt. Get out of here.
Yeah, hey, I'm cool with that.
Who needs it? I've never even played the game.
No, it's not bad.
I'm sure there has to be something to it, right? All these people play it.
Oh, yeah, it was the one that brought fucking battle royales to the forefront.
MOBAs.
Yeah.
But I mean, was PUBG was before it, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it wasn't as fun for people.
And didn't Fortnite?
Fortnite?
Didn't Fortnite like evolve as time went on? Because I see people playing it and they're like building wild ass shit and flying around in jetpacks and hitting people with fucking frying pans. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, they
with that
change
game.
the weapons all the time in Fortnite. That's what keeps it fresh for people.
I just hey, look, whatever game you love, play it. I don't care. I'm not gonna judge anybody for what games they play.
Spider Solitaire.
I'm just surprised that you can keep playing it for multiple years. That's the thing that
They change it just enough.
yeah. I mean, I guess people come and go too.
And there's
Doesn't
new
necessarily mean
stories
the
and
same
you can unlock shit on the map. I don't know. It's always something to do in that game.
You know, if you're getting paid by Fortnite to talk it up, like you have to share that with us, right?
I
Like,
would
this is
love
part of-
to. I'm just saying there is always something
Yeah,
to
maybe
do.
somebody will get into that small game if we talk about it.
Yeah.
That's true. That little indie that's really struggling.
Yeah, they really need fucking Plotty Time.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking yeah, that's all I really. Oh, no, here's this other piece of news. The Doom 2 speedrun has stood for 26 years and someone just recently beat it.
Oh, yeah?
By how much?
Just a
Tenth of
few
a second,
frames,
probably.
baby.
Few frames. Oh, we
Yeah.
better make sure that's legit.
Yeah, they'll investigate.
I'm sure they
People-
did.
yeah.
The story is that it was the first level of Doom. It's extremely short just in general. Without practice, you could probably do it in like less than, well, without any practice, you could probably run through it in like a minute. It's not long. But
Right.
in 98, someone did it in 5 seconds. And finally, after 3 decades, someone beat it.
Well, that must be exciting when you
When you're just running that level over and over and over again.
like, yeah, how many years are you trying this before you're like, fuck, I knew I could do it?
Apparently, the original time was 5.97 seconds, and the new record is 5 seconds.
Yeah, and if I would have done that, I would have fucked up the next couple levels and it wouldn't have mattered. Like,
Yeah. But there's like a 25-minute video of them doing it. All right, whatever. But I think that's pretty cool. Like, people are still trying to beat those.
yeah, speedruns are fucking wild shits, man. That's scientists.
God bless them. God bless them, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just looked at, I look at video games different than people who do speedruns. I don't know what else to say about it. Not that that's bad or wrong. It's just different.
No, yeah. I mean, I can never speedrun anything because I have to search every fucking nook and cranny I can get my character into.
Like, but even if you decided to speedrun and you're like, I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to try to fucking speedrun this game. It takes, God, months, years of playing the same levels over and over, trying to break it.
Yeah, I love Portal, but I wouldn't try to even.
Dude, speedruns
beat
of
that.
Portal are sick.
Yeah, exactly. You glitch through a fucking elevator. And
Even
you
like if
beat
you
it.
do the ones with no glitches and they just stand where the portal is and shoot themselves all around.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, because there's in the original Portal, it's like challenges to only take so many steps. I couldn't do that. I tried it, failed.
Yeah, I mean, God bless them.
Yep.
But that's all I got for news. Nothing else is really going on.
That's all right. This game's got a lot to talk about.
Okay. Not a lot happens, but got a lot to talk about.
Let's start moving towards it. All right, so let's get into the game. How about it?
What game is that?
We are talking this week about the Dreamcast juggernaut, illlbleed.
I don't know if Juggernaut's the right word.
No, it's not. It was kind of a joke because it was very...
Oh, okay.
He tried that last week too, and it wasn't funny then either.
He tries it
I'll
all
keep
the
doing
time.
it. I'll do it all the goddamn time. I don't give a fuck. It was released March 29th, 2001. Right around this time, this year in video games, March 26th, this little indie Pokemon Stadium 2 came out.
Oh.
What was that, like the 6th game in Pokemon?
Yeah.
It was also the same day as Zone of the Enders, which is a big not underground. What am I talking about? Like a big...
Franchise?
Indie?
it's a big franchise. It's more popular in Japan,
Never heard
but
of
it's huge there.
That's probably because I've never been in Japan, though.
And then going backwards, March 13th, a little game called Unreal Tournament came out.
Mm.
And then February 5th was Paper Mario.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 2001.
Damn, I did not think it was that old.
Well, dude, it's pretty old. We've been old. We've seen a lot of games come and go in our time.
I know, but this is right after 9/11. I mean, or before.
Oh, we're going to start that shtick again?
Well, 2001 doesn't come up that often.
Yeah, you're right.
Also, February 16th, 2001, Final Fantasy IX came out.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
That's one Final Fantasy I never beat. I think I beat every single other one.
Really?
I could never play through 9. It just bothered me. It was annoying. A lot of people love it, though.
Is it too on the rails?
No,
Oh,
not at all.
okay.
All right, well, the box office that week, we can move into that. Number 5, Meet the Parents.
Oh, wow. Weird.
Last week.
I did see that. It's okay.
4 years to come out with a sequel?
Yeah, apparently.
I don't feel like watching it again, though.
No, not that good.
No.
And then number 4 was The Family Man. I believe that's a Nick Cage movie.
Could be.
All right, yeah.
Or am I getting that confused with The Weatherman?
Oh, yeah, the Weatherman, where he has a fucking bow and arrow.
Oh, no, it was both. A fast lane investment broker offered the opportunity to see how the other half lives, wakes up to find that his sports car and girlfriend had become a minivan and wife.
What?
So it's like a body swap or alternate timeline, but in one of them, you're instead of being a single dude, you're a guy with a family.
Lame.
Didn't see it.
Number 3 is Recess, School's Out.
Okay.
Nope.
It was a cartoon that was past our time. Number 2, The Mexican.
I haven't seen that in a long time. Good minute.
This one with Brad Pitt and Julia Roberts, isn't it?
I think so. Is what's his name in it too? Antonio Banderas.
I was thinking, yeah, El Mariachi.
I'm checking now, but number 1 that week was Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Never saw it.
I've never seen it.
Neither have I.
I've seen it. It's really good.
Is it? The special effects with them jumping on trees bothered.
Yeah, do you think the special effects hold up?
It was really pretty. It was a really pretty movie.
That answered the question.
Yeah, that's an avoiding the question.
Do the special effects hold up, you think?
Yes, 100%.
Oh, really?
No doubt
Okay.
in my mind.
Cool. It's like a Jurassic Park.
Exactly. Jurassic Park looks like they filmed it yesterday.
I know. I don't know how
James
they did it.
Gandolfini was in the Mexican. I'm thinking of something other, completely different movie.
Yeah, you think Once Upon a Time in Mexico?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one has J.K. Simmons, James Gandolfini.
Gene Hackman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't
No
see.
Mexican people at all.
Yeah. there's some.
Oh, okay.
I assume
J.K.
Spanish,
Simmons?
I'll say. I said J.K. Simmons.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Whatever.
Then this week in news, right around March 29th, 2001, March 24th, Apple Computer releases the Mac OS X next generation operating system with version 10.0. It goes on to become the second most used desktop operating system with a market share of roughly 10%.
This is long before iOS was even a thing.
Yeah, that's wild.
Well, I just think it's funny. It's like second most used, 10% of desktops. Well, obviously Windows.
Yeah,
Windows
imagine
is
today.
dominating.
I'd like to know.
And then March 25th, the day after, the 73rd Academy Awards hosted by Steve Martin, with Ridley Scott's Gladiator winning 5 awards out of 12 nominations, including Best Picture. Steven Soderbergh is nominated twice for Best Director, winning for Traffic. The telecast had 42.9
I never saw
million
either of
views.
those movies.
I like Traffic.
Traffic was great.
Yeah.
And Gladiator was great. They're both great, but Gladiator, I think, I don't know. People are obsessed with it. Yeah, you're right. And then March 28th, the Bush administration withdraws U.S. support for the 1997 Kyoto Protocol on the reduction of greenhouse gases.
That worked out well for everybody.
Yeah.
Well, that's the notable Kyoto Accords was what they, Bad Religion wrote the song Kyoto Now about.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes.
There you go.
One of their best songs.
That's
really
good.
great. The game we're talking about, illlbleed, was released for the Dreamcast, baby.
Yeah.
Developed and published by Crazy Games. It is a single player. You have to say it like that. It was in the Wikipedia.
Oh, okay.
Crazy Games. It's a single player survival horror. Dr. Syintist, you picked it.
Did I?
It wasn't me.
I was hoping to fuck with them a little
Every
bit.
fucking time you do that, Dr. Syintist, I'm like, fuck.
He's got a little brow sweat there. I saw it.
There's only 2 of you. How'd I screw it up? It's embarrassing. All right. Dr. Syintist, tell us what this game's all about.
Well, it starts out with the main protagonist that you play as mostly, if you so choose, is named Eriko. I forget her last name.
Oh, she had one.
Christy.
Eriko Christie. Okay, I wrote Eriko Christie, but I assumed that was 2 people.
No, they all have last names, but they only say it once when they introduce the characters.
But apparently she's in the speech competition, and she's giving a speech about her life in the beginning, which sets up the whole movie, whatever, game. And she talks about how her dad used to run haunted houses and test out haunting things on her to try and scare her.
Well, it was a haunted caravan. They traveled around and did it.
Which is...
So she was a carny.
Yeah.
She was more like an abused child.
You're absolutely right.
Well,
about
carnies
that.
abuse children.
Yeah, I guess
They go hand in hand.
No carny's going to listen to this.
Sorry if you did.
No, we don't have to worry about it.
No, you're right.
They don't know how to use electrical stuff.
Oh, carnies.
And she tells a story of how she was 6-year-old and being basically a guinea pig for her dad's horror experiments. And then her parents got divorced and she goes on this speech and whatever. And then her friends meet her outside and like, oh, the speech was awesome.
You're definitely going to win the speech competition.
Yeah, you're going to win the speech competition. She's like, I don't know. And that's where you meet Kevin and Randy, who are two of her friends. I didn't write their last names down because they're less important.
Matter.
And then another friend of yours, Michelle, comes up and she's like, look what I got. And she pulls out these tickets, and it's tickets to Illbleed. And it's like, if you can spend a night at this terror casino or whatever, you can win $100 million, which is just...
Yeah, she has the right response to it. Like, are you fucking serious?
Yeah, she's like, this can't be real.
Which, by the way, no one has ever made it through, and they magically go missing whenever they try.
Yeah, if you live through it.
Yeah.
Totally. Well, not only that, but if someone came up to me now and was like, oh, $100 million if you stay in this thing, I was like, yeah, okay. It's a scam,
It
right?
has to be impossible.
Yeah, you're going to kill me. That's what I'm going to assume.
This was $100 million 25 years ago almost.
Yeah.
So that's like, what, $1 billion now, right?
Yeah. And her friends are like, well, we fought for it. We're going.
We bought the tickets.
They didn't know. They didn't buy them. They got them. They were sent to them in the mail or they found them or something. They were given to them.
They had their names on them.
Well, they did have their names on them. But they're also very much like, we're going to be the first to do it. It's like they don't care about the money as much.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, we're going to be the first to survive this death trap.
Dude, imagine if the three of us would have won $100 million in 2001.
Wouldn't be
Things
doing
would be
this.
different.
I'd probably be dead.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think I'd be alive. Yeah, I would have been, what, math old.
Yeah. I would
We
have
don't
been
need
just
to
out
talk.
I
of
would have been 21.
high school.
In 2001, yeah, I would have been 18.
Would have been great.
Ooh.
Hookers and blow, man. Hookers and blow. And then, amazingly, 3 days go by, and Erica's like, I haven't heard from my friends who went to this crazy thing. So she goes to the Illbleed to try and find her friends. And she gets there, and there's a guy, I couldn't understand a word he was saying.
He was mumbling.
Yeah. And she's like, where are my friends? He's like, blah, 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 blah. And eventually she just goes in. And the game is set up once you go in. It's kind of like a carnival, sort of.
You can go to
where you can
different
go to different things at a time. Amazingly, this was one of the games where watching the speedrun explained much more of the story than the the cutscene movie did.
Yeah. The fan wiki didn't even have much more than the regular wiki here.
But you can go, I think you have to go in a certain order. I never saw anybody run it in a different order. But what it is, then you go and you have to do these.
Maybe they're locked until you do one.
Do these things. And the first one she goes into is each one's set in a different kind of like horror genre, kind of like reimagining.
Yeah, according to the wiki, they're about movies.
Yeah, they're based on movies.
So I feel like this is Field of Dreams, the first one.
I assumed it was like Amityville.
I didn't understand.
But it's a story of a guy was raising his kid and they were playing baseball and he built a baseball stadium in the house. Big one.
Yeah, in the basement.
In the basement. And then some other kids burned down the house and his kid died and he was deformed. So these are all obviously not true stories. They're made up just for the horror aspect of it.
Yeah.
And so now and they have these weird names. This one's called Home Run of Death.
Mm-hmm.
The presentation reminded me a lot of like The Simpsons Halloween.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like a B-movie
what
style.
kind of horror movie did this remind you of? You're the horror expert, Poppascotch.
I couldn't figure out this one.
No, I couldn't either. A guy who was accidentally burned.
I'm just thinking of any
baseball
haunted house
field.
one, kind of basically. But as you're going through, you find a bat, and it's haunted with the ghost of the guy's kid, and you can use it to
Jimmy?
Jimmy, is that the name of the kid?
Yeah.
And there's also, I should talk about this quick before you do the rest of the game. There's a mechanic in the game. You don't really like die from enemies hitting you. You die from them bleeding, and then you bleed out, depending on how long it goes. But to go through the game, it's like you have to search for where traps are and locate them and then disarm the traps as you go through the level and to avoid them. It's kind of weird.
You do that with the special goggles, right?
Yeah. You find them in every level and you go. It's kind of weird. Really different than any other kind of game I've seen ever, probably.
Yeah.
So I'll give it points for that. But anyway, you're going around. You eventually get to the basement where this baseball thing is set up, and the burn monster guy starts chasing you there. And he chases you around the house. You eventually get to underneath, and there's like this labyrinth area. And you see Kevin, your old friend, on the ground, still alive after 3 days.
Oh, shit.
Not Kevin.
There's also a mechanic in this game where you can rescue one of your friends in most stages or somebody, and then you can play as them in other stages.
I think you can rescue them all.
Oh, I think there's more stages than friends.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see that.
But and then you can also let them die if you can't save them in time, whatever. But if you do save them, you can play as them in different levels. But we'll just do everyone as if it's Erico playing it.
Okay, that's probably easier.
So you guys get chased down. You can save or not save Kevin. Then you set the monster on fire and escape. And then all of a sudden you end up in this room where there's a big version of the ghost monster, the burned guy, and trying to swipe at you and kill you. And you're like platforming across these little things to get there. And eventually you can get into the control room for this monster that's hitting you.
What? Meta.
Yeah. It reminds me a lot of Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did get yeah.
So then this guy's there controlling the monster, and Erico goes apeshit with the bat and beats him up, but it's just a robot controlling the monster.
What? This must have cost a fortune to make.
I know. It's not easy. And then eventually the monster stops, and you get out. So that's the first stage.
First level.
The second stage should be Chump Slap favorite because it's based on Tremors.
Oh, yes. Revenge of the Queen Worm.
Yeah, Revenge of the Queen Worm set in an RV park where people go and nobody survives, apparently. And they're just attacked by these worms.
Yep, I was digging it.
All I wrote was a creepy guy with a baby bottle. I don't even know what that was. But apparently this drug company made these worms, and it kind of like, it turned everybody into worms or whatever. And then this guy's kind of missing his worm, and he's dead. And it involves with ghosts and worms. It's a really fucked up story.
Yeah.
And then eventually you kill the worm, and then the worm ghost can reunite with the dad ghost worm or whatever.
Well, the dad was just a regular dude, and he lost his child, and you're like, oh my God, this giant worm is actually his child.
Yeah. And then the worm and him go to heaven or hell. I believe they go to hell together.
He says, let's go back to hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have that quote written down.
At this point in my notes is where I wrote, this is a slappy game.
Fuck yeah, man.
It's very slappy.
I was digging it when he's like, let's go back to hell.
Yeah, I know. It was interesting. I'll give it that. So the next one is set in a logging facility where the guy built the world's fastest chainsaw to
Best
cut logs.
chainsaw ever, dude.
The biggest, fastest chainsaw.
Awesome.
And apparently the story is that there's this haunted tree, and then the tree took over everybody else. And
Well, it eats the guy who's trying to cut it down.
yeah.
The last picture they have is him in front of that tree.
Yep. And then he disappeared. And then people keep disappearing, and that's the story of this one. And in this level, Erico gets turned, or whoever you are, gets turned into a wooden doll, and you're chased around by lumberjacks. It's really fucked up.
Yeah. I thought that was neat.
It was. They're wood puppets. Yeah, and then there's like a bunch of roots that attack during the level and stuff. And
Yeah.
I did like when it turned into the doll, and then you have to run around trying to avoid getting into fights, because that's how you get encounters too, is people like run into you. You have to try and avoid
really? Okay.
try and avoid the lumberjacks trying to run into you.
Were they like lumberjack zombies?
They're automatons.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe they were just people. Well, they were robots made up as people. I don't believe they were supposed to be zombies.
Yeah, they're just supposed to be lumberjacks who worked at this mill that were trying to kill the wooden people.
Now, did you run into one of the lumberjacks in the beginning who didn't like speak prop? That guy? Was that a lumberjack?
Oh, I don't know. I just assumed he was the guy taking the tickets.
He
I could be
did
wrong,
kind of
too.
look like him now that I'm thinking about it.
Maybe they just used like a same character
reuse.
model.
Yeah.
But eventually, if you get through that level, you get turned into a human again, and you beat the tree spirit, and that's it.
There's a great part here when you get to the boss level, and you're like, there's a bunch of workers there, and like, we're having trouble getting this boss to pop out.
Yeah. That's kind of funny. He's like, yeah, we open the floor and nothing's happening.
He's like, you can jump down there and do it. That was neat.
Also, in this level, your friend Kevin or Randy's there, and you can save him, but you also need to find his brain in the level. And if you don't, you can save him, and he's kind of like dumb the whole time you play him.
Oh, that's neat.
But yeah, I forgot about that. You can't get this boss to pop out. Did you lube the thing? He's like, yeah, I lubed it.
Yeah, of course.
And then the next one is set at a department store about this guy who's greedy. Cashman, which is a very on-the-nose name.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's great.
And he owned like a mall, And then his mall started failing and he got pissed off at all the people who didn't come buy his shit.
Yeah, that's the best story of a fucking
I know, it's very capitalist.
murderer. Yeah.
Capitalism at its best. You didn't
Why
buy
should
from
I
me?
change?
Come to my blowout sale and I'll fucking murder all of you.
And he creates monsters to steal people's souls. And I just wrote a bunch of various things. Like there's weird toys all over, giant cockroaches that'll talk to you too. But
Yeah, weird cake monster.
yeah, cake monsters. There's a doll that goes around that plays games with you in the level, plays tag, plays other things. Well, I
was pretty confused. I have like Cajun cook animatronic.
Yeah.
Mr. Meat's Steakhouse.
Yeah, it's kind of like a whole anything you could find in a mall, a haunted mall.
Yeah.
There's definitely a spider boss.
Yeah, there's
Yep.
we had to jump a rope, and if you get hit by the rope, you die.
Yeah, that was neat too.
Well, in the speedrun, he said you only lose like 2 health, but in the animation, blood was flying everywhere.
yeah.
But yeah, then it turns into a spider boss, and you can't beat the spider boss until you go to the control room and get the controller while the guy isn't looking, and then you can control the spider boss.
I love that too. When you're in the control room and the guy gets a call from his girlfriend.
He's
or
like, "No, I'm not
whatever.
at work."
Yeah. He's like, "No, I got time."
And he's distracted. You just go and take it.
Yeah.
And that was. I'm not gonna lie. I enjoyed watching the cutscene movie after I knew everything about it because just seeing those stupid guys talk about it. And
Yeah, just like the guys behind the scenes.
yeah.
It was just like Cabin in the Woods with that.
And the next one behind the scenes is even better because it's set in like New York, 1935. There's a serial killer who killed, I forget how, 39 people in
a month.
And they just called him Killer Man, which is the most uncreative serial killer name ever.
Yeah, that's pretty fantastic. I love it.
Yeah.
And then like these like 66 years later, which is 2001, his MO came back and he put stars on people's faces.
Yeah.
So you go to this level and there's a lot of levels of meta in this one because you get there and like there's people who work there in the costumes, like all the guys who work in all the other levels. And they're like, there's a Killer Man costume missing.
A $20 million Killer Man costume. Let me.
Which is awesome.
Yeah. When you see what the Killer Man costume does.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
For real.
But then there's also in this level, there's a reporter there who
Jorg
is there to investigate all the people dying at this attraction.
There should be more than one reporter looking into this.
I would think so.
Yeah, right?
And a bunch of cops.
Yeah.
Even though the reporter would be the only one getting things done.
Oh,
Am I right?
Got him.
Got him.
But
good job.
In this level you can save Jorg. I don't know which level Michelle was in, but doesn't matter. And so then like the reporter's like, there's the dead body. And the guy's like, no, it's not a dead body anywhere. So you go around this level finding dead bodies basically. And it's funny because you can go in like the back of everything and you see stuff from other levels there. Like cakes from the mall level.
Oh, really?
Or lumberjacks just standing there, like backup lumberjack robots and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And so you're trying to figure out who the Killer Man is. And you're like, oh, it's this guy. And then that guy turns up dead.
Yeah,
And-
Jason. No, it's not Jason. He's dead.
Yeah, it's not Jason. No, this is dead Jason. And then,
Oh, geez, and I got nothing. I don't know.
then it's like you think the boss is doing it. His name's Cunningham. And you eventually see like Killer Man a couple of times and he disappears. And I like one of the quotes was like, athletes can't teleport.
Yeah. He's like, he's pretty athletic, so that makes sense he's jumping around like that.
Yeah, and you find a bunch of other. And you go through, and it's kind of like at one point you're supposed to be like, it stops, and you're like, if you guess this killer right, because I also forgot to explain, when you beat the levels, you get money to buy stuff.
Yeah.
And they're like, if you can pick the correct killer, you win more money in this stage, and it shows a bunch of choices, and it's like Cunningham or Jason or something, and one of the choices is Killer Man.
Yeah. It was like the murderer.
Yeah, it's like the murderer is the murderer. That's the right choice.
Yeah.
It's still kind of funny, and I forgot the report. 100 visitors die a day, apparently.
He's like, oh, that's the morgue where hundreds of visitors die and their stores.
They just burn the bodies when they die here.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then,
they signed the form,
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
so, they should have done that.
And then it gets to this spot where Cunningham's stealing money from the building. And then Killer Man shows up and vaporizes them. And then you have to go fight Killer Man.
To win Jorg.
Yep, to enjoy. And that's that level. And Killer Man like teleports and stuff and shoots lasers. I can see how it's a $20 million costume.
Yeah.
And now for the most fucked up module, it's called Toy Hunter.
I love this one.
This is easily the slappiest module.
Dude, yeah. Right after I was watching this, I was like, This just gained so many points here.
It's basically the story of Toy Story, but set in like going to hell together.
Yeah. He looks like Indiana Jones mixed with Woody.
Yeah.
Gork.
Gork. Yeah.
And everything's named after Gork.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just like he's more like Indiana Jones. I wrote down cowboy, but when I think about it, he's more like Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Gork goes to hell.
Gork's whole thing. What was he trying to do?
Well, you get it turned much like the wood thing. You get turned into Gork, and then you have to try and find your lost love, who is
Jesus.
an incredibly inappropriate bent over doll.
What do they call her? Sexy doll?
Sexy doll is her name. Yeah.
Yeah. And she talks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she does.
But mostly you just see her ass.
Yeah.
And Henry is the name of the boy. He's like takes the place of Andy from Toy Story.
Right.
But he's like a terrifying baby that looks like he's choking.
Yeah.
Well, he does die.
It was not pleasant.
Yeah, Henry gets sick and then eventually becomes a zombie or whatever. And he dies. And you go to Henry's grave and you find out that Sexy Doll was buried with Henry.
I love that scene because you just see Henry in a coffin and you just hear his mom's voice. It's like, we'll put your favorite doll in there with your sexy doll. So fucking weird.
And then this weird thing happens. Well, at first a demon steals Sexy Doll's soul or whatever. It doesn't.
Right.
And then you eventually kill some eggs and get arrested somehow. And you're sent to be hanged and go and like.
Oh, because the other guy tells you have to die to find Sexy Doll because she's in toy hell.
So he kills people and he's supposed to get hanged. And then this rocket that apparently is your friend shows up. It's like a little toy rocket.
Yeah.
He's like, no, if you get killed, you don't go to that hell. There's 2 different hells for toys.
Yeah.
He's like, you got to be buried with a kid to go to see the hell with Sexy Doll, which is an incredible. There's talk about the toy Bible. And
I have so many questions.
What, that
about
there's more
this
than
universe.
one version of hell?
And that was obviously Buzz Lightyear. He had all the same buttons and shit.
Yeah.
Why do you get arrested by talking cop cars, but all the judges and the other cops at the station are humans? I don't understand.
Those are patrol cars,
Yeah,
man.
the patrol cars, they're walking the beat.
They're on the patrol.
Yeah, but they're like cars from the Cars universe. Like they're anthropomorphic. They got eyes where their headlights are.
Yeah.
Like, that's it, buddy. You're under arrest. And they take you to jail and you're like, oh, is this a universe where it's just a bunch of fucking... No, it's just regular cops. I'm so confused.
I've got to say, I was expecting all the cops to be cop cars when it got
Why
got
wouldn't
there.
they be? The last 5 we just met were cop cars. And we're like, I guess we're going this way. Wait, we're not? What?
Nope.
I was so confused at this point. I think I stopped taking
Wait,
notes.
that is where you got confused in this game?
No, just this whole Toy Hunter section, I was completely lost. I mean, the rest of it was ridiculous, don't get me wrong, but this is where I was
This
like,
is the
holy
part
fuck,
that made
this
the
is a new
most
level.
sense to me.
The toys.
Yeah.
So you have to find a new kid who will let you got to become his favorite toy. So when he dies, you get put in a coffin. And there's this part where you're trying to find a kid who's dying soon.
That was so good.
Oh, that's right. I forgot
He's like,
about that.
He's healthy. Shoot him.
Shoot him, yeah. Then eventually you get buried with him and then you meet up with Sexy Doll and you have to fight this demon monster. Its name is Zodic,
Like
but it looks
Sonic
like
the Hedgehog.
Yeah, it looks like a purplish black Sonic the Hedgehog.
And he shoots out rings when he gets hit.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But when you beat him, you reunite with Sexy Doll and everybody's happy and lives happily ever after.
Yeah, there's still a problem when you're fighting him. It's like, you got to fight him 9 more times.
Oh, yeah, because something went wrong. He's got 10 lives.
Yeah. Love that.
But then the rocket comes and saves it and makes it to your day.
Yeah.
Then you get to the end, and there's a couple different endings. Well, all right, the first time you beat the game, you go to the end, and you get into this last place. And the last module is 3 different monsters, and you can try and beat. And if you beat whichever you one you want to fight, and then if you beat that one, you win and you get out. Mm-hmm. I don't remember what the monsters were. They were all.
And it depends if you
weird.
saved your friends, what the ending is. Right?
Yeah, and then if you save your friends, you can all live happily ever after. And if they all die, you're kind of like all upset. Like they're all friends if you win, and if you lose, kind of just like whatever.
Oh.
And then if you beat the game a second time without saving any of your friends and going to the end, you can find the guy who runs the entire thing.
Illbleed himself.
I don't remember his name.
Yeah, I don't remember either. But
Mike Reynolds.
Oh yeah, there you go.
And then you find out that Mike Reynolds is Eriko's dad, and he was trying to make something that would scare Eriko.
And he failed.
And he kind of failed. And then you fight him, and he turns into like brain demon or whatever. And
flying brain bat squid boss.
That's a much better. Yes, that's exactly what he was.
Like, yeah.
And eventually you can beat him and the dad's like destroyed. And she kind of just goes on with her. She's like not ever scared again. She's done with the life after that.
Yeah,
Yep.
she's like, you ruined my life.
Yep. Now it's the second best. So it's kind of like a getting over abuse kind of story.
Yeah.
So in the version you guys watched, was she completely naked in that last scene?
Yes.
What is that?
I
all about?
believe, I don't know. That
Well,
where she fights her dad?
She got turned
Yeah.
back from the toy,
Yeah.
but didn't have her clothes. I didn't understand that. I didn't see exactly I didn't watch a whole fucking
Yeah, I just kind of ignored that part.
Yeah.
Because the rest of the game
I
was
assumed it
weird.
was just to be slappy and stupid.
Yeah.
It was very silly. The whole game was very silly.
Yeah.
Oh, and if you beat it the second time of being a dad, she's like with her friends or whatever, and they get tickets to the arcade instead of Illbleed, setting up Illbleed 2.
Yeah. And there never was one, was there?
I don't think so.
It's a bummer. Well done.
Well, that's it. That's the game. We did it. I'm more confused. And let's go ahead and move into final thoughts.
All right.
Why don't you start off, Poppascotch?
No, I need someone else. You're doing it first, Sir Chump Slap.
That's fine. This is my type of thing.
Slam.
This
Happy
seems
here.
like you're the expert on this game somehow.
Yeah, I'm the expert after watching a 2-hour video or whatever. But yeah,
Well, I mean, it just feels so much like something you would.
I do want to talk
Enjoy.
about it. Go ahead. Shoot me some questions.
Okay. Did watching this video make you want to play Illbleed? Did the story work for you, or wasn't it enough that you need? And what score out of 27 stars do you think you would get to that we could all agree?
Okay, not bad.
Oh.
Well, I mean,
Excellent.
the syntax didn't make any sense, but
No,
Doesn't matter.
but you didn't
Wasn't
ramble
terrible.
on like you usually do.
that's true. And clearly try to desperately find a rhyme in my head.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Did I want to play this after watching it? Yes, I did.
I can see that. It's very slappy.
Yeah. I mean, it's on a Dreamcast, so it probably is clunky and shit, but I'm sure there's other stupid shit that happened in the game or maybe it's just hard to play. I don't know. But yeah, I'd give it a go.
Did you watch a speedrun of it?
I watched some of it, yeah, just to see what the play was like, but I didn't watch enough. Did the story work for me? Yes. All the mini stories worked for me. All the levels I loved. They were just fucking batshit crazy. And it was awesome. I mean, the whole main story works on its own about coming to terms and getting over your shitty father, who's a piece of garbage. Not to mention he did 10 years of crimes just to fucking pay for this.
And he's got all this money to do all this.
Yeah, he spent so much money.
He's killing hundreds of people a day.
Yeah, and there was multiple Killer Man suits. So
So was the whole point to give his daughter another moment of fear, or did he just want to kill people? I'm very confused.
His
the
whole
motivation.
purpose of living was trying to scare his daughter. Like he loves scaring people and he couldn't scare his daughter.
yeah, he was like,
So he was trying to make the most scary things he could.
through your whole childhood, I could never scare you. So I tried this, actually killing people, and you still weren't scared.
Yeah.
And then she's like, yeah, because you ruined my fucking life. I can't enjoy anything because I have no fear, nothing.
I was a great student and stuff, and then you came into my life again.
Yeah. So, I mean, that whole story was in itself decent. I dug it. There's not many characters. Well, there are, I guess, like the lumberjacks, the killer man, all that.
I'd love just the random guy who's working there for his job.
I did. I loved the whole behind the scenes thing. That was fucking great. Very meta, very, very slappy. So yeah, I liked it. It worked for me. I would play it. So out of 27 stars, I'm gonna give this motherfucker, I'm going 12.
All right,
That is
coming out
Big for
swinging.
me, but I'm swinging for the fences because we need more like this. We need more games that don't give a fuck about making any sense, but do make sense when you play, you know?
Sure.
So there we go.
All right. Well,
You wanna answer some questions there, Scotchy?
sure. If you got him.
Yeah, sure. Did watching this video make you want to fight for your life in a amusement park? Jesus Christ, that's bad.
Yep.
I feel like Scotch now. Was the story pretty shitty, or did they really hit it out of the park?
Okay.
And out of 27 stars, how many would you like to parallel park here?
Oh, that was scotchy.
I know. I like. If I'm going to rhyme park with park, I'm going to do it 3 times.
There you go. That's the spirit. Did watching this make me want to play the game? I don't fucking know, man. I was so the first time I watched through the video, I'm like, what the fuck is it? Because I understood in the beginning, like I got it that she was like, you know, there's a haunted house, they got these invitations, something weird's gonna happen, guys.
Yeah.
And then it does, and you're like, okay, I'm on board. And then the video I watched just cut to like the next segment, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? So I was confused at first. We talked through it. That helped a lot. And I'm kind of in the same idea as Chump Slap. It's fucking nuts, just nonsense, and I'm totally fine with that. Did the story work for me? At first, no, but it kind of grew on me. I like the idea of just kind of like having these levels as self-contained stories, and it's like it doesn't have to make sense as long as it's fun. Shut up, we're having fun over here.
Yeah, right.
We need more of those. I do agree on that part. And being insane for insane's sake is never a bad thing. I like when games take wild ass swings, which is exactly what this was. And I'm really surprised none of us have ever heard of it before now.
I know. It's right down my alley.
And final score. So what score would I give it? It's really weird because the characters were... I don't think the characters were great, but there were so many that had such an impact so fast of just complete craziness and nonsense. I'm like, this is fine. It's fine.
Sexy doll, still your favorite?
Sexy doll. That was so weird because like, oh my God, sexy doll. We didn't explain sexy doll. It's a bent over woman with a huge posterior and she doesn't move. Like she's just stuck in that pose the
It's
entire
almost like
time.
those stupid things you see in gardens that people put of someone bending over.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's a good way of putting it. But yeah, sure, well, it's fucking awesome. What score would I give it? I'm gonna go with a 10. I think that's reasonable. I think it was good. I think it was weird, but the main core story of you don't get it. Like I was trying to scare you, and that was my whole goal in life. It seemed a little far fetched, but I did love how the entire fucking game committed to it.
Yeah.
For sure. So there you go. 10 stars. You're up, Dr. Scientist.
All right.
Can I
Oh, geez.
try to fix
Redeem
myself?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was thinking of how to kick it to you. So yeah, go for it.
All right. Did watching this video make you want to play Illbleed?
Okay.
Was the story pretty good, or you think it was ill-conceived?
Ooh.
And out of 27 stars, how many will give? Fuck.
All right. Would I play it? It had a very indie game, like unique aspect to it. It kind of makes me want to play it, like a slightly new system,
Yeah.
how to do things, interfaces. It intrigued me. If something came out like it, I'd probably try and play it. Did the story work for me? I did like each individual story, how it was just, we threw a word that were insane here to describe it a lot. But each individual story was just crazy. Like, oh, this guy built a baseball diamond in his basement and someone else burned it down while he was playing baseball with his kids.
That doesn't even make sense.
No, it doesn't.
A baseball diamond in your basement? What the fuck?
I always, like, in my mind, I thought it would be like a batting cage. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I've seen those in people's
You
basements.
didn't
People
know
do
the
that.
game was going to be that crazy when you heard it.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Because that's like the first one.
Yeah, and then a living tree who turns people into wood things so that lumberjacks can go hunt them. It's just
Bat shit.
unique is a word I'll use.
There you go.
And the whole overarching story that your dad was trying to scare you and you're there to save your friends, whatever. I did like all the swings it took.
Right.
I judge it a lot by how bored I was watching it. I could probably watch the speedrun again just to try and understand it a little better. But I liked it. It was pretty good. How many fucks would I give it or something, whatever you said?
I think I still said stars.
Well, I'm going to agree with Poppascotch and throw it at a 10er.
Nice. Damn.
I think just the crazy story altogether was a nice turn of pace.
Yeah. I did like how there's like 5 tiny parody
Yeah.
movie. Yeah. It's just, it worked.
It was a fun way to break up the levels.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's
You
all it
could do
needed to
whatever
be.
you wanted in every level this way.
Okay. Oh, I'm going to look for a fucking ROM of this.
Yeah, so that gives us a final score of 32.
Damn.
Contender for game of the year.
Yeah, for real. That's a double last week's. And then some.
It is right around there with Inversion. We gave a 34.
Which one was
Really?
that?
One where you
That
can
was the
like
one where
fight
like
on
you could
gang.
jump onto the roof
Yeah.
and shoot
change
It's like a
gravity.
different-
You can go on the side of the building.
Right.
That's pretty cool. Prince of Persia Forgotten Sands got a 30.
Mm-hmm.
And then if we go all the way back to February 18th, 2021, Dead Space 2, we gave a 34.
Wow.
I would put it up there because Dead Space 2 wasn't that great.
Yeah.
Dead Space.
It wasn't as good as the first one. Then.
Yeah.
Huh? Slightly better than
The
Illbleed.
system works as always.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We nailed it again. Excellent job, fellows.
Fucking A.
All right. Well, that being said, let's go ahead and move into our cool down topic.
Ooh.
All right.
You got one for us today, Dr. Scientist?
Yeah. After watching this game, I was like, man, do you like carnivals and what kind of shit do you do there? I go to occasionally to a couple a year. I like those, man, this is probably region specific, but the corn mazes and stuff they have.
Oh, yeah. I haven't done a good corn maze in a minute.
I also find out that if you're good at reading maps, they're not as fun as people just getting batshit lost in all of them all the time.
Yeah. The best thing is to just throw the map away.
And try and figure out where you're going.
Yeah.
There was one in Copley,
Yeah.
and it had like, we went there on like a Friday night or something. There was a DJ in the middle of it.
Oh, really?
Like if it was, you had to find like 10 different things or whatever, and the DJ was right where one of them was, but he was just playing music the entire time as people are walking around in the dark.
Yeah, man. Those were fucking good times.
And I like getting a good old funnel cake.
We went to this pumpkin patch, not the previous year, but the year before, and they had a huge corn maze, but we did it during the day.
No, it's fun.
But it was a lot bigger than I ever would have thought the corn maze would have been. And like in the middle, you could get on like a platform. So you could walk up to the platform and like be above everybody and you could see the whole thing.
Yeah, you could see
which is
people
pretty neat.
Oh, yeah.
doing
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
There was one like that at the DJ booth, too. You could walk up and see it out.
Yeah, but we definitely got lost a couple times. It was a pretty intense one, all things considered. It took us like an hour to get through.
Right. That's cool.
Man, if they made an illbleed 2, they could do a corn maze level.
Yeah. You know what? I haven't done since I was a kid, but I'd love to do haunted hayride.
Do they still do that?
I don't know.
I don't know if they even do that. Someone has to, right?
Right?
I mean, they still do the haunted house bullshit in town.
Oh God! Don't even get me started. Those fuckers.
I love that. I love how they just leave that fucking storefront up and 11 months out of the year don't use it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's insane how much money that guy makes.
Oh, I'm sure. In that 1 month he's open, it's fucking always packed.
$40 to go through it.
And there's always
40 fucking bucks.
Yeah,
and it's always a line till the end of the block.
It's wild. And then you see the little things like at convenience stores, gas stations. It's like $2 off admission. You don't know it's $40 when you pick that up.
Yeah, you're like, oh, cool. What's it going to be, like $8 now?
Yeah,
Sick.
right. That guy makes
40.
a killing off 1 month of the year.
I don't even remember what that building used to be. Was it a union building?
It was, yeah, or like a Knights of Columbus
Yeah,
meeting
something
building
like
or
that.
something. Yeah,
It's a weird looking building from the front. There's no windows on it.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
I guess that's perfect then, right?
Yeah,
We're getting very regionally specific here. I definitely, like, the more I think about it, the reason I go to carnivals or anything is for the food at this point.
Yeah.
I'm not really doing rides. I mean, maybe when this little guy shows up, we'll go and do more kid-centric stuff, obviously.
Well, yeah,
but
you gotta.
I don't even know if I could handle rides like the Tilt-A-Whirl and shit anymore.
Nah, I'd still like play games and shit.
I'd be like, oh, I can't go on with a heart condition.
Yeah,
no
right.
high blood pressure.
Oh, I'm too fat for the swings.
weight limit, 200 pounds. Ah.
Oh,
If I lost like 50 or 60 pounds, I'd be all over this
Next
ride.
year. Next year, hon, you just wait. Next year, I'm going to be able to ride on this.
I don't trust any fucking carnival rides either.
You know, I always think that, but when was the last time you heard about a carnival ride taking a shit?
Probably this year.
They don't report on them because they don't want to scare people.
I've seen some people who work on carnival rides. I wouldn't go on those rides.
No. I've seen people who live in RVs that they park in the park when they're building carnival rides. Not cool people.
No, and they're all from Florida.
Exactly.
Yep. That
No,
explains
I
it.
don't mean that to just be like Florida people.
No, I do.
A lot of those like traveling carnival companies are like registered in Florida. I don't know why.
It's probably
But they
not
are.
Delaware for tax reasons.
There's a surprising amount of people in this area too who do it.
Yeah, there really are.
Well, our area.
Is that a thing? Like,
Yeah, there's a lot. I have some of my good friends from high school spent like summers going on
Yeah.
carnivals working with people.
I hear stories about people like, yeah, we just went on a carnival, like being a carny
Really?
for
Yeah,
a
you
summer.
just travel around. They ran like the pretzel stand every day, and then that was it.
Or the stand where you get a piece of glass with a picture of Guns N' Roses behind it because you popped the balloon with a dart, you know. Wonder
yeah,
if they
I
still
forgot
do
about
that.
those. I forgot about all. Well, I wonder if like the quality of prizes has gone up. I'm gonna go ahead and assume it hasn't.
Inflatable hammers. I'm trying to think of what I saw at the
Last thing I won was a giant banana because I did the clown mouth balloon thing, and it was packed.
10 people, you get the top
biggest,
prize.
Yep, I won the biggest prize.
I haven't played a carnival game in forever.
I got nothing wrong with carnivals.
No,
I just
neither do
don't
you.
go to that many.
Well, I have something wrong with those goldfish games because that just
kills a lot of goldfish.
Yeah, that's wrong.
Most of the time, I just walk around and grab food.
Yeah, overpriced.
What's your go-to carnival food that's not a funnel cake besides
elephant ears?
Oh, pizza. Any pizza you get from a carnival is decent.
Halushki.
If I could.
Here in Palmer, you can get
I do it every time I get the halushki.
Waffles
Gotta
and
go
ice
with the
cream.
Polish roots.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm always down for a deep fried Snickers too. Those things are not always down. When I'm at a carnival, I like to eat
If
one.
you just get fries, dude, like a big thing of fries they give you.
Smitty's. We've talked about them on this before.
Yeah, we sure have. I had no idea. I was shocked when you guys told me they still go to like they're still around. They're still a thing.
Well, the big thing now is Caribbean noodle fucking stand. It's like $12 for a little thing of noodles. I have no idea.
What is that? What are Caribbean noodles?
I don't even want to try them. Probably has jerk spice on it, and they're like, "Hey, fucking Caribbean noodles."
Yeah, probably.
I mean, I'd still fuck that up, but
Yeah, not
for 12.
not at that price.
exactly.
Sheesh. Just get some tahini and straight sprinkle it on there. It'll be great.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever sprinkle tahini on like pineapple? It's unbelievable.
No.
Mango?
I usually just eat it because I eat like tomatoes like a fucking apple. I just sprinkle it on tomato. while I'm
Tomatoes
eating
are
it.
so good.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I don't do it because I'm on a stupid diet, but
Well, tomatoes are fucking 30 calories for a fucking
they're
tomato.
I'm doing the low carb thing, and they have carbs in them. I only have so many carbs I can use all day.
Really?
I'll waste them on tomatoes.
Tomatoes have carbs? I had no idea.
There's sugar in it. It's a fruit. It's going to have sugar in it.
Yeah, but whatever. I lost plenty of weight on tomatoes, so fuck you.
All right. Well, sorry.
Get off my tomatoes.
This is working for me so far,
Ah, good.
so can't complain. But what were we talking about? Tomatoes?
We're
Carnivals.
talking about carnivals.
I mean, snow cones, bro. Where else are you going to get a snow cone?
I haven't had a snow cone in probably 25
I'd rather get
years.
shaved ice myself.
I think that's a good choice. I'd rather get shaved ice too, or just a misto, man. But we don't need to go back into
Yeah,
that.
no.
We spent
They're
a lot
not
of
at
time.
carnivals, dude.
Let me check
You're
if
right.
they have banana on my way home.
Attaboy.
They had it last time I was there. I almost got it, but I was like, fuck you. Sour watermelon. Sour Patch Kids watermelon was fucking awesome.
Oh.
That sounds unbelievable. What is that thing? What is the sour thing? Like there's a chemical.
What is that called?
What do you mean? The chemical?
It's just like a salt you put on, like Sour Patch Kids.
I don't know.
Not sodium chloride.
Nah, that makes it salty.
The fuck was it called?
I think it's 5 of the most common used acids in sour candy include citric acid,
yeah.
malic acid, fumaric acid, and tartaric acid.
Yeah, you can just get like citric acid crystals. It's just like fucking.
Yeah, you can buy them like off eBay.
Yeah. Damn good.
What is that? Is that like a warhead, but just all condensed?
It's just the Sour Patch Kid sugar.
Oh, malic acid is the one that's responsible for extreme sour flavors.
Ooh. I'm gonna have to try that.
You can just buy a bag on eBay probably,
Yeah.
or fucking Amazon.
Malic acid.
I watched this one cooking show, and one of the things they do is they'll make several different foods, or they'll make one food several different ways, and one of them has a bunch of malic acid in it. And it's kind of like a Russian roulette situation where if you answer the question right, you don't have to eat any of them. If you answer it wrong, you got to pick one.
It's like that fucking Jelly Belly roulette.
You can get
Yeah,
a pound of
exactly.
gluten-free, non-GMO malic acid, which is just nonsense adjectives.
Yeah.
1 pound of malic acid for $16. 454 servings.
Yeah, but that's what they say in a fucking.
Oh no, yeah, it's a gram per serving.
Yeah. That's still a lot, though.
That is a lot. A gram of something to make it sour.
I'd fucking eat the shit out of that, probably.
And extreme sour, not just regular sour.
Yeah, like Warheads or
Oh, you can get
Crybaby Sour.
food grade 8 ounces for $9.
What's the other stuff?
I don't know. It doesn't say
not
food
food
grade.
grade.
It doesn't say it's food grade.
That's
Pet
fucked
food
up.
grade. Dog food grade.
Unflavored, but it's kind of its own flavor.
Yeah. I assume citric acid actually has like a little flavor.
I would
citrus.
assume it's like citrus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's these people are riveted by our citric acid. If you're still fucking here, I love you.
Yeah, if you're
Straight
still
up.
listening, good for you.
So appreciate it. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. If someone wants to send us an email with a bunch of information on which acids we should try to cook with to fuck with each other, where would they send that email to, Sir Chump Slap?
Well, send it to plottytime@gmail.com, and I might buy some if you say it's good.
Lysergic acid?
That's what I was gonna say.
All right, if they want to get to us faster on the socials with other acids that are cool, where would they do that, Dr. Scientist?
At Plotty Time on Instagram or Threads, or stop by the Reddit and talk about acids. Whatever.
There you go. We'd love to hear about your acid. That about does it for us. So, as always, shout out to Blaine JJ, Drago the Slago, Ham Man, Gamers Little Playground. I am Panex, Luis Guzman. Don't trust Dr. Scientist, and we'll talk to you next time. Peace.
Peace.